What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end so you can hear the full story and all the details in the case. Everything in this video is alleged. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you're feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When we are kids, a lot of us are taught to check those emotions. No temper tantrums in the grocery store. If you are pouting or looking mad all day, your mother would tell you to fix your face. Or if you were easily angered, your parents set you down and tried to get to the root of where those feelings were coming from. The reason why most people don't want their child acting like that is because they know while it's acceptable as a kid, once you become a teenager or adult, it's not looked at the same. And not being in control of your emotions can put you in some bad and dangerous situations. But even still, a lot of us as adults still have the same problems. Anger issues, tempers, you might get mad fast if you get cut off in traffic, or get frustrated if you are at work having a bad day. A lot of times it's just normal reactions because we are all still humans and not robots. But at a certain point, it's important to control those feelings. For example, you have a career making 6 figures a year. You know your boss is on your heels. They might be over managing you. You probably will feel some kind of way. But if you act on it, zap out or cuss them out and lose your job, now you made the situation worse by putting yourself and your family in a trick bag, losing that income and stability. I know for a lot of us men, we try to pride ourselves on being calm, cool, and collected. It all sounds good, all until somebody plays with you or rubs you the wrong way. For most, a whole nother person will come out and we go from 0 to 100. Forget we had everything to lose, a family at home, and for some, feeling disrespected or feeling like somebody is trying you or your peoples can take an emotion that probably would have went away in minutes and change that into a life-changing decision. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Houston, Texas to discuss the case of a man who was trying to protect his sister, but he took her life. Back in 2024, 24-year-old Sarah Taplin was navigating life in H-Town. Described as funny, caring, outgoing, the type who wasn't scared to speak her mind and let you know how she was feeling. Sarah prided herself on telling the truth. The beautiful young lady went by many nicknames, and she wore all of them proudly. From Pretty, which she was called, to Sadiddy, which others called her. As she took fashion, keeping herself up and looking good seriously. But more important than that, she was a mother of 2, trying to work hard and take care of her kids and herself. But like many young parents, when she took her mommy hat off, Sarah liked to have fun, a good time. Whether hitting the club with friends, going out to eat, or just riding around the city, vibing, listening to music. She had a lot of people who loved her and looked out for her, including her big brother, at the time, 35-year-old Richard Taplin. The siblings knew a lot of the same people and would sometimes rotate in the same circles. Not much is known about Richard, other than the fact he made a few mistakes like a lot of us had in the past and had a felony on his record. A few run-ins with police, but he was now trying to shake back. But according to sources, he was very protective over his family and little sister. On April 27th, 2024, it was a nice spring night in Houston. So Sarah decided she would go outside and hit the town, but not before going by a gas station located in the 8100 block of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Southeast Houston. Being a nice Saturday night, a lot of people were outside in the area, and Richard was even at the gas station as well. While everybody was outside chopping it up, Sarah and another young lady would have a few words. At first, it seemed like a harmless back and forth between 2 women, but as they got louder, it quickly turned into an argument. Then came the aggression. At first, Richard sat back and thought he would let his little sister handle the situation, as she could defend herself. especially against another woman. But as the other young lady started getting more aggressive, he allegedly walked up to one of his homies and asked, like, bro, let me hold your gun. The friend gave the gun to him, and seconds later, shots went off. Richard shot at the young lady Sarah was arguing with, and then the crowd as they started running. Witnesses who saw the whole thing called local police, who responded to the scene to find the young lady suffering from gunshot wounds. But it wasn't the woman who Richard shot at, but his sister, Sarah, who unfortunately wouldn't survive her injuries. As police talked to people who knew the young lady, they stated somebody shot in the crowd. She wasn't the intended target. But as more information came out about the shooter, police were surprised the name people were throwing out there. Sarah's own brother, Richard. They told them about the argument she had with the other woman. After that, the shots went off. And as people fled, Sarah was hit, but Richard was MIA. As their family and friends were left to grieve the young lady, Richard was now on the run, a wanted man, in a case involving his own sister. Months would go by before police got a tip. Richard was hiding out in Phoenix, Arizona. He was tracked down, taken into custody, and extradited back to Houston, charged with first-degree hit, aggravated assault, and unlawful possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. As the case made its way to court, Richard would catch a break. His charge was dropped to manslaughter, and in 2025, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. He is scheduled to be released in 2036. Rest in peace to Sarah. I send my prayers and condolences to her family. This is a tough one. I know a lot of people want to protect their loved ones and keep them out of harm's way, but we were just talking about them emotions earlier. Richard turned what probably would have been a cat fight between his sister and another woman to him shooting in the crowd, taking his own sister's life. Imagine how their family and her kids feel. Their mother gone by the hands of their uncle. Even though it wasn't his intentions. But the prisons and graveyards are filled with people who didn't mean to or had good intentions. Now Richard has to live with that emotional decision he made that cost his sister her life for the rest of his life. But I want to know y'all thoughts on this situation, fam. Let me know in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, this is a terrible situation. Rest in peace, that young lady. I definitely send my prayers to her family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This is another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.